Hey viewers, this is Fernando from Sky-Fi Audio. Today I am in Sky-Fi Audio's super secret studio number 1. It's a place you probably haven't seen yet if you watch our videos. It's a custom room we've designed and built over some time, and we're just putting the final touches on it. But more importantly, this video is about this equipment. This equipment has also been in the works for some time. It is essentially we've cherry-picked the best from Krell from the 90s and 2000s in an attempt to find the ideal system to power our Apogee Grand speakers, which I'll go into a bit more. So let me jump right into it. And I'll go through all the components, why we've chosen them, and why we feel that this is gonna result in a real serious setup, a solution that will be available on our website as a complete package for those of you that don't feel like going through all the pain and suffering of having to put something together. So let me dive right in. At the top of the system, you'll see the KPS-20i. I recently did a video on this. It was pretty well received. It's a wonderful, very expensive CD player, top loading, as you can see. This is the drawer for it. It comes in a couple of variations. One of them, a slight variation to this, or a certain card you can add to it that makes it into a DAC as well. But we've got the basic CD player here with the remote. Beautiful unit, very, very well built, and super reliable because of the type of laser that it uses. I'm going to jump into the preamp. The preamp is really an expanded version of a very popular preamp, which is the KBL. This was the top of the line at some point, and Krell was clever enough to design it in a way where there were multiple upgrade paths for the KBL. You could buy a single KBL and use it as a stereo preamp, or you could double up into what's called a dual mono setup, which is what we've done here. We've got these two pieces are linked together, fully balanced dual mono, and the way it works is that this controls the left channel and this unit controls the right channel. So believe it or not, when you go to change the volume, you have to sort of volume match the two for right and left channel volume. And these are the matching power supplies. The KBL does not have an internal power supply, which is what you want in a preamp. Keep all the noisy stuff out of the box, and that's what we've got here. So these two power supplies are powering these two units, and they're also powering the next component that I'm talking about, the Krell KPL, which is the phono preamp. This is a wonderful, full-featured phono preamp for your turntable. And yes, we only have one. We're still searching for a second unit because just like on the KBL, the KPA can also go into dual mono. So a second chassis will give us what will end up being a 6-component preamp, right? So 2 KPAs, 2 power supplies, and 2 KBLs, totaling 6 chassis for essentially what is the flagship preamp from Krell in this era. And then the more unusual piece in the lineup, this is a KBX. This was a passive crossover that a Krell designed specifically for the Apogee full ranges, which are these crazy speakers sitting right here. So this was also really, really a difficult find. It actually found us, coincidentally. And we were using different crossovers for the Apogees over the last couple of years, but really the KBX is the ultimate crossover for them. And I'll talk a bit more about how it's configured and set up. Moving down the chain, we've got a Krell 300 power amplifier. This is a stereo power amplifier. We're using it to drive the bass panels on the Apogee full ranges. The full ranges require 4 channels of amplification, so we chose to drive 2 channels with the 300 and the other 2 channels with monoblocks. These are the Krell MDA 300s. It's a 300-watt monoblock amplifier, wonderful piece. Here you see the left one, and over there is the right one. Also from Krell's golden era. Very, very reliable, very high current, and a great match for the Apogees. So yes, if we find or end up securing another set of monoblocks, this might be another upgrade path for our system to go to essentially 4 chassis for amplifiers. But right now we're pretty happy with this setup using a stereo amplifier and a set of monoblock amps. Look at the Apogees. It's a very tall speaker. It's got to be around 7 feet, weighs 400 pounds. We had quite a time getting this into our shop. These have been fully restored. You can get details from them from our website. These are actively listed at skyfiaudio.com. Beautiful speaker, finished in like a Alcantara or some sort of velour cloth. And here you see the ribbon panels. This is the bass panel here from top to bottom. And then the mid-range is this long driver here that is floating in the air between 2 fixing points, one at each end, and a series of very heavy magnet structures. And this here is your tweeter. And these can be configured either way. You can swap these left to right depending on the size of the room. We don't have a very big room here, so we chose to put the tweeters on the outside. We're still tweaking and playing with it to try to figure out what the best setup is. But they are formidable speakers. So the bass panel is driven by one amplifier, and then the tweeters and the mid-range is driven by the other amplifier. And of course it goes through the KBX full range crossover to distribute the two. This is the crossover that comes with the Apogees. This is the stock crossover, again a passive unit, which gives you gain for both left and right channels. And there it is, the matching Apogee crossover for it. All right, so shy of having a secondary phono preamp, we're pretty pleased with the system so far. We will be able to look for another set of monoblocks if we come across a SAT. And once we do, we'll hook it all up for you and do an addition so you can kind of hear the effects. So even though this is not the ideal room for the Apogees, we can get them singing pretty well here. We've done it before and had some pretty neat results. So that's it. Visit us online, skyfiaudio.com. Please subscribe to our channel if you don't mind. It'll keep us motivated to bringing you these videos. Let me give you a pan of the room so you kind of see what we're up to here. Here's a beautiful reel-to-reel machine from Crown. It's an 800 series with a custom cabinet, absolutely beautiful. And here you can see some of the acoustical treatments that we've done to this room. And still in progress. Here's some more acoustical panels we're gonna hang pretty short. And these posters are actually panels as well. They are treated. Here's a collection from, I think, a really great CD collection that we've obtained from Original Master Recordings. And that's it. So again, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more videos.